Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ahmed Ola, your favorite Microsoft Certified Data Analyst. Today I'm going to be taking a class on Introduction to Microsoft Power BI. Power BI is one of the most important tools that you must master as a data analyst. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So, so if you want to download, just go to download Power BI, latest Power BI desktop. So on the first search results, you click on the first search results, right? So to take you to this particular, web page. So you just click on download here, leave it on English. Then you will see these two files, 446 and 488. Click on the 488, then start your download. Start downloading in like 3 seconds, depending on your internet. So I'm going to copy. Okay, you have this already, right? The web page link. In case you don't have it, I already shared it on chat. So once you are done with the downloading and installation, you should have some. So introduction to Microsoft Power BI, that's what we are starting with. So just briefly, it's just a business analytic tool designed by or developed by Microsoft to help organizations visualize their data and share insights across their enterprise and provide a lot of things, and it has a lot of components that enable data discovery, analysis, and sharing. Understand? So this is just a brief, intro about Power BI. It's way more than that, but the goal here is that it's designed for organizations to share insights, discover data, and a lot of other things attached to their business. Okay, so now we are going to go, next slide is going to be on the components or the ecosystem of Power BI. Okay, so the first one is the Power BI desktop, which we are going to look at later on. So this is the authoring, phase or component of Power BI where you build your, dashboard, build your reports, you add updates, a lot of stuff, and all of that. Okay, so is used for designing and developing reports and offers connectivity, transformation, etc. Okay, so this next one is the Power BI service, which is actually the online one. So this is a software as a service. So you can actually publish your work inside of Microsoft Power BI. So this is the Power BI desktop that we are talking about. On this interface, this is the Power BI desktop. You can see at the top, left, Power BI desktop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is one. You can see it has a lot of functionalities, interface, and all of that. So the next one is the Power BI service. So Power BI service is just publishing your work to enable sharing with your colleague and the stakeholders, those that you give access to, see your works and make some adjustments or make some comments on your work. So that's Power BI service. So you would need to have published your work inside of Power BI desktop before you go to Power BI service. So there's a Power BI mobile. So this is basically you looking at the report or viewing the report inside of a mobile phone. So there will be times that probably the stakeholders and the CEOs and all, they are not with their laptop. So you can optimize, your report or your dashboard in a mobile view so that they can have access to it as they move along. So there's the report server. Is basically where you house a lot of your, works, report, and all. You can see it's an on-premise report server that allows users to keep their data and report on their own server. You understand? So this is where you keep your, works on-premise for your server in the organization. So there's a Power Query. So what Power Query do is just to connect and combine data from wide variety of sources. You understand? So you can connect data from, Excel, from SQL, from the web, from Google Sheets. Yeah.
So if I connect from Excel, so that means when it will connect through the Power BI so that they can view it through Power BI.
Yes, we are going to get there. So I just want to run. Okay. So why I'm doing all of this is that you might be in
so that I have background.
you have a background. So there's a certification called And I will enjoin you to take that certification probably when we are through with these all of this tutorial. Microsoft Power BI, certification examination.
I would like to.
Yeah, so it's an industry recognized certification from Microsoft. So the Power Pivot, so it just allow users to create models, define relationship, and all of that. You understand? So this is like a little advanced when you're working in Power BI, every time that you need to be creating models and relationship and all of that, there's a particular engine that is actually meant to do all of that. Don't worry, I'm going to send you the slide. Then the Power View that allows you to visualize your data, share and explore all the reports that you have done.
Visualization tool.
Exactly, yeah, that's it. Then the Power Query, there's something called Power Q&A. So it's more like an AI whereby you can interact, talk with the data, and it can even help you to build visualization. So you can tell him to, show me the top, cities by sales and put it in a bar chart. It will just do that for you. Or you can ask him who is the highest salesperson from January to December. He can do that for you.
Okay, let's say, okay, I have an Excel sheet, maybe being used for team booking analysis. Then I've linked it with a Power BI. So if I want those people that miss their booking and everything, if I just give the command, it just give it to me in the bar charts or pivot table.
You have control over it. So, however, there are some things that you must understand. So you cannot tell him to do what is not in the data. So let's say you have sales data now, and you are not asking him to tell you what is the sales from cities.
That's future. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that because you don't have a city. You don't have a city column. You understand? So your question and answer will be based on the data that you have and what you have fed it. So there's also the Power Map. It's just for geographic data and a lot of stuff, cool stuff inside of that. So that is all about, the theoretical part and different components of the Power BI. So we are going to start by looking at the Power BI itself. Like I said, this is the Power BI desktop, right? So let me quickly, run you through different components, different parts of the Power BI desktop. This is basically what you are going to be working on. You understand? Okay. So we have the tab on top here. Then we have the ribbon, so which allows you to add some objects, add a lot of features to your data set. Then this is the filter section where you can, add some values, remove some values and all of that. This is the visualization pane, just basically to get different visual or charts. So each of the visual has its own uses and purpose. You understand? And you want to select the right visual for any data work that you are doing, right? So this is the data pane. This is where all the data that you are working with, that you are going to be working with, or that you ingested into the Power BI, this is where they are going to appear. Okay, so this is the values well. So if you are familiar with pivot table in Excel, so it's similar to here. So you are just dragging and dropping column from your data inside of this well based on the analysis or the insight that you want to do. Okay, so on my left-hand side, so this is a report view. Don't worry, you're going to get to know it. So where you will be seeing all your report and all of that. So this is the data view. You are looking at the data as if you are looking at it in Excel, like the spreadsheet part of the data set. Then this is the model view, where you want to create relationship between two or more tables, right? So this is the report Canva. That's, you can build a lot of visuals and all of that. Okay, so then we have the pages. You can add as many pages. Just consider it as a sheet in Excel. So you can see it is currently on a desktop view. So you can actually change it to a mobile view if you want to optimize it for mobile, sharing. Okay, so these are the different parts of the Power BI desktop. So based on the data that you have, these are all the things that you're going to be doing and all of that, you understand. Reports in nice infographics. Okay, so there are steps in data analysis. The first thing is to collect data. Without data, there's nothing that can be done inside of Power BI. You understand?
Okay.
So to get data, so you are going to go to get data on the ribbon here. You can see get data here. Understand? Yeah. So I'm going to click on get data. So Excel has a lot of data. So Power BI has a lot of data source connection. You understand? So these are the common data sources where you have your data. And it's way more than that. So if any of this is not your data source connector, you can click on more. So as at the time of doing this video, having this class, this is what Power BI has currently as different data source connector, depending on where your data is. And I think it's probably one of the BI tool that has a lot of data connector. So there's no way,
Mostly it's from Excel and CSV.
Yeah, most people will work from Excel, but I mean,
And
it
data
depends.
CSV.
It depends on the organization. If you are working with big organization, you probably have. Myself too, I'm not probably connected to like up to 70% of this thing, of this connector, and it's no big deal anyway. Insofar the data is in a table, you understand, and you just have to put in.
Some organization even prefer the source of our data to be in a very simple form.
Exactly, which is
so that's why they'll prefer the CSV, and
the
Excel,
flat files,
Microsoft
basically.
projects, all those
Yes,
things.
flat files. These are them. CSV, XML, JSON folder, or maybe databases. I mean, if you are using database, you are like a medium to large organization. You are dealing with like probably millions of rows of data. But irrespective of where your data is being stored or warehoused, you can connect it to Power BI. Yeah, so but these are like the major data sources there, including web. So today we are going to be looking at two data sources. So like I said, irrespective of your data source, the most important thing is that it is in a table, it's in a structured format, in rows, columns, just like what you have in Excel. Okay, so I'm just going to type web here. So I'm going to click on web. So where are we taking our data from? So let's look at a Wikipedia page that is talking about population dependency of different countries. So let's say we are looking at we want to analyze this data set or this table, because it is a table. So all those sources too, the data will be in this kind of shape. You understand? And it's important. Some people might say that why can't I copy? So is not a good practice. Number one, you might end up copying a messy data. You understand? By copying and pasting it, so it doesn't make any sense. So there are a lot of benefits from this. So as the data changes in this web, it also changes in the report. For instance, if you're dealing with like stock prices,
to be linked.
Yeah, exactly. It will create a connection.
Updated
every week. You understand? Or every time that you want to connect. So it's best that you connect than just copying and pasting. So what we are going to do is that we are going to copy. So any web pages at all, you can just copy the URL of that web page, right? Which is this. So I'm going to Control C. I'm going to copy it. Then I'll now go to my Power BI. So you can see immediately I click from web, it brings out this connector wizard. So I'm just going to paste this here. Then I'm going to click on OK. So it's going to create a connection between Power BI and that web page. So these are all the tables inside there. So you can be clicking to preview, but I already know the table, and you can click on this one now. You can see that this is the actual table that we want to use. So you need to be sure of the table that you want to use. So if you did not click on the box behind it, it won't tell you, you won't be able to load or transform. So a lot of my students make this mistake. They used to get stuck here. You understand? So you can see that the load and transform, they are being grayed out. You understand? So I need to click on this guy by the side. You can see now, you can now, access or click them.
Select.
Yes. So now this load is that you are taking into Power BI desktop, where you are ready to start the analysis. Why this guy is, you are taking to Power Query Editor for cleaning and transforming the data. Like I said, your data will not be clean most time. So irrespective of whichever one you choose, you can still move from one to the other. You can move from desktop to query and from query to desktop. But I'm going to load it to go to Power BI desktop. So I just click on load now. So it will take us some time based on the size of the data and your processing capacity of your laptop. So whatever change that is happening inside of that place, if you refresh here, it's also going to affect it. And so it has finished loading. So you have this data set, by our right-hand side, and these are the columns. Okay. So now we are going to bring in Excel like that and Titanic data that I showed you not long. So I mean, Excel is a very common data source, so it's always on the big one here. So you click on Excel workbook, you take it to your directory, so you can find the data set that you want to use inside of your directory. So I'm on the data sets folder. So this is Titanic data. I'm going to double click. So I'm ingesting that data into Power BI.
Can you just show me how the Excel? How you get to the Excel from the screen? Okay.
So how I get to the Excel, the Excel is on my desktop.
Yeah,
on my local machine. So once this is your Power BI desktop, right?
Yeah.
If you open it, this is what you find. So you want to bring data into Power BI that is an Excel data. So you will see Excel workbook. So you can click on get data, but since it's a common one, so you don't need to click on get data. Just click on Excel workbook. It will immediately direct you to your directory on your local machine, your local computer. So it's not left for you to navigate to where that data is. Navigate to the folder of that data. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the data set.
I'm looking for Titanic. Yeah.
Yes, so just look for Titanic or wherever data that you're working, whichever data you're working with. So now it's going to, Excel has a lot of sheets, right? So these are all the sheets. So this is a table. You can see the difference now. This is a table. It has this blue, sign on the top. So these are all sheets. So I've formatted my data as a table and I named it Titanic. So I'm going to select the box before it. Now see now. So yes, this is my data that I want to use, data that we show. You can see if I click on comments now, so you see the comment information. So, but this is what we needed. So I'm just going to click on load. So I'm going to show you some of the reasons why we want to do transformation of the data set. So I'm going to click on load. So because the data is very small, you can see that this one is very fast. It's 891 rows. So you can see that it has come down here. This is the one from the web, and this is the one from Excel. So if you have other data from different sources, you can bring in as many as possible from different data sources.
Power BI desktop.
Yes, as many. You can bring from SQL, you can bring from CSV, you can bring from Google Sheets, Google BigQuery, name it. You understand? But this is the two data set that we just ingested. So if I click on this job, then you can see all the columns. So all the columns we are